I thought today I'd do something a little bit different. So this is a ship I've been prototyping called the Chimera, obviously. And I kind of want to combat test it to see if it's any good. But I thought I'd start with a side by side. So this is one of my oldest ships, and this is one of my newest ones. I like to think that I've improved. So yeah, this has got a lot of firepower. I don't know how well it will hold up in a fight, but that's what we're going to find out. We're going to go and fight the factorum. So I'm hoping that it doesn't suck. Well, I'll show you inside real quick. Yeah, so in here I thought I'd put the armories and that, because I thought, you know, if you're fighting, you grab your gun, then you run out the door. So it made sense. And then in here, I've got kind of a command room. And this is a backup bridge. And I've got beds and medical room back here. But yeah, I thought it came in pretty nice. This is something I've just added because I designed this to work without Prototech, but I found it was quite sluggish with the cornering. But now with that one extra, it handles quite nicely. So yeah. The plan today is we're going to go fight the factorum. Hopefully my new ship handles quite nicely. It might get blown up instantly. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll see you when I get there. We're about to jump in. Wish me luck. Alright, what we got? Warship by the look of it. Right. Yes, I am using interior turrets as point defense. I've never really tried that before. I do have rocket launchers at the front as well, so don't have a lot of rockets. Oh, lag! Oh, lag. No. Oh, that was close. I'm trying not to ram. I don't know how well or poorly this ship will do against ram, so come on. Fight. Alright. Okay, I think I need more engines on this thing. It doesn't handle as well as the trilobite. That's the whole point of this. It's a prototype, right? Rocket launcher's good. I always sleep on the rocket launchers, but they're actually pretty awesome, right? Right. My things are set to weapons, so I'm assuming that the ships still have weapons. Has weapons. But I'm going to take out the escorts next. Alright, actually handled it quite nicely, didn't it? I think it manoeuvres well, but it needs more engines. I'm hoping I can poke him on these ships as well. Whoa, miss me, bitch! Alright, should be in range. Oh, no ramming, no. Okay. Alright, survived. My rocket launchers are down though. Well, poo. Oh well, at least it survived a ram. So I'll take out that last one. And then we should be golden. Alright, engine got taken out. Alright, I think we're holding up really well though. Not bad for a first fight. I designed this ship a while ago, but I never actually put it into a fight. Here we go. Yes. Nice lot of firepower. I think I need to reinforce the front as well because of that accidental ram, which I think could have been avoided if I had had more thrusters. But I was just trying something new. Alright. Is it over? Oh yeah, there. How dare you ram me? That's my job. And if I put that to 8, 0. Alright. I want these to be on ocean. Yeah. I think those are rockets, missiles, right? Yeah, I think that guy's dead. And I think this guy's dead. Yeah, I think they're drifting. Alright. So, I took some damage. I do have a projector on board. But yeah, I took some damage. Don't think it's too bad. Can't really see too well. I think my hydrogen got taken out. But this is the whole point of prototyping, right? So I know that I need to reinforce my hydrogen. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and this is probably because the rocket launchers blew up. But I just wanted to try out rocket launchers on the front. I thought it might be fun. So, took heavy damage, so it's not as tough as the trilobite, but it's got more firepower. Yeah, I think I need to... Yeah, I need to sort of work on the hydrogen situation. Overall, I don't think it held up too badly. I think what I'm going to do, though, I'll sell this ship and just print a new one, because I can't be bothered to repair it. And printing it's way easier. I'm going to go around and collect... There we go. Yeah, I'm going to go and collect the factorum scrap, because I'm very low on prototech. So, yeah. That was drifted off this way, right? So, if I can find him, should be able to find him. You know, this way somewhere. Yeah, anyway, not important right now. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to find and salvage them ships if possible. And then I'll go home to the space station and sell this ship, because I'm not going to repair it. I can't be bothered. Oh, see, what's that? RTL. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully I'll be able to get them. See you in a bit. I managed to find one of the escort ships. I have been sort of claiming parts of it as I go. Yeah, but I thought I'd turn the projector off and show you the damage. So, yeah, the front destroyed. I think this is probably because of the rocket launchers. I reckon they got hit and the rockets all exploded. Right over there. Yeah, but I reckon the rockets exploded, and that's probably what did that. I think this is just normal battle damage, and I think that the hydrogen in here didn't actually get blown up like I thought it did. So I think overall it actually won the encounter. It took heavy damage, but it won the encounter, which is actually what I want my frigates to do, because I don't want to have just one ship that can go in and stomp everything and get away with it, yeah? That'll be the destroyers when I build them. But yeah, I think for a frigate, this actually does what I need it to do. I think what I might do, though, is I'll remove the rocket launchers from the design, because, yeah, and I'll replace it with some blast doors. But yeah, anyway, I managed to sort of grind most of this off. So we'll see what we can, if we can Pokemon it. I hope I can. Yeah, I forgot to build one of these. Luckily, I packed spares. Right, active. Can I claim that? Claim it. Cool. Right. Now I'll go and check the site where it was to make sure it hasn't dropped anything good. I should have come closer, but my engines are pretty much wrecked. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Is that an actual factorum mission? No? How do I activate? No? It just says correct location. Whatever. I'll pack it away for now. But luckily the warship will be easy to find, because it'll be on the unknown signal, won't it? I don't think I've got enough spares to repair my engine, because I didn't really think they'd both get blown out. So, yeah, forward thrust is currently that. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you all the damage. But as I say, for a frigate, I think this handled pretty well, because it's not supposed to be like a full-on sort of war-ending ship. It's supposed to be sort of a level 1 warship. So I think it handled itself pretty well. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can Pokemon that factorum warship. I can't find the other high profile escort, which is a shame because I would have liked to have gotten both. So you gotta catch them all, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna slowly limp over to the factorum warship. Hopefully it's in more or less one piece. More than one piece? Why can't I talk? More or less one piece. And then I can poke him on that. I'll go home, and what I've been doing, might as well show you while I'm slowly drifting. Yeah. So remember, this had like loads and loads of ships. I've been downsizing, so I kept my space truck, my heavy courier, and I got rid of everything else. Didn't know I had another warship in there. Don't know where I got that from, but yeah, I've been downsizing. So yeah, I think what I want to eventually do is I want to have the keep inventory on for the stored ships, and then I can basically just Pokemon everything out I want. So if I'm in a factorum encounter, I can be in, let's say, this ship, and suddenly just Pokemon out a couple of trilobites or something, and just destroy them. Or if I'm out and I've come across space pirates, I can just Pokemon out a load of torpedoes, because that'll work, right? Well, the torpedoes should work anyway because they don't have any ammunition. But yeah, but that'll be a later on thing. Anyway, for now, I'll see you when I eventually get up to the factorum warship. Probably be about 3 hours for me. Okay, I managed to catch up to the warship, but I forgot the fact that they spawn in missiles. So yeah, it done a lot more damage to my ship. But whatever. We got nice and close. So I think I'm going to claim that. Then I'll go back to base. And hopefully it will be okay. Yeah, but I forgot about, they call it the Bumble missiles. But yeah, they blew up a big chunk. I'm not too happy about that. Right, just going to make sure that the weapons are actually down on this. I did go in and grind out the warhead, because yeah, there's a warhead just here, and if you don't, then you're in trouble. Right, I think what I need to do is grind out these batteries. I need Prototech scrap anyway, so this shouldn't be a problem. But I find if you don't grind out the batteries, you can't really claim the ships that well. So yeah, I'm going to grind out what I need to and Pokemon this ship, and then I'll bring you back when either my ship gets destroyed by some random passerby, or I'm home. Okay. Alright, I've got the ship all Pokemoned, but one thing that I don't understand, all this additional damage. When I was inside the factorum ship grinding stuff out, there were no other what they called, nope, sorry, signals. Yeah, there were no other signals anywhere around. So what I have to assume is that there was maybe a loose armor block or whatever that was rattling around inside here, and it ruptured a tank and blew it all up. Because I don't know how else all this extra damage could have happened, because it was not in this bad of a shape when I arrived. So I'm going to blame this one on Clang. But I think overall, the ship itself, like, you have to ignore the additional damage, okay? Because that wasn't in battle. But the front got blown out, and I still beat the factorum encounter. So I think overall, disregarding Clang, the ship actually held up pretty well. And it still fights, it still flies. And I think apart from that additional explosion from nowhere, I think it actually holds up quite nicely. So I'm going to take the long jump home, and then I'll probably sell what's left of this one, and then I'll work on a design and creative. But that won't be a year. I'll just get home. So yeah, I just thought I'll show you. And I want to check out, hang on, wrong button. Yeah, I did name that other ship. Yeah, this is the one I just killed. I think this was when I was out farming with the trilobite, I think, because I had cleared all this out. So yeah, I've got a few factorum ships. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just grind out the Prototech and anything useful like jump drives, and then I'll just sell what's left at the space station. I think that's probably the best way to handle things, because I had to get rid of my ship eater because it was taking up too much PCU. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd update you and tell you about why there's extra damage. I blame Clang because this wasn't that bad when I got here. Okay, I managed to limp home to the Poke Center. So yeah, I think I'm going to Pokemon this just because it will clear out the inventory, and then I'll have a look at what that extra factorum ship was, because I can't remember if it might have been the one that I was grinding down, then the warhead detonated, but it might have no Prototech on it. Grids, Chimera, storage. Yeah, but this is the easiest way to see what we got from that factorum battle. So, what did we get? Actually, not a terrible haul. A lot of the ammunition was... I think a lot of this ammo was actually from the factorum, but I did have quite a lot. Okay, so I think we got a decent enough haul. I think I'm probably going to... Yeah, I'm going to pull this away. Then I'll get that factorum ship out that I wasn't sure about, and we'll have a look. And then I'll go to the station and I'll sell my Chimera. Yeah, I'll keep the factorum ships for now, so I want to grind out the Prototech. Oh, what happened there? Lag. Yeah, so I'll unload, then I'll see how much we can flog my ship for. Alright, that's all packed up now. That took longer than I wanted it to. So we're going to un-Pokemon it. Retrieve. Okay, then we give it a check out. So, bearing in mind that like 90% of this damage happened after the battle, thanks to random Clang, and the bridge got taken out because I turned off my defences because I wanted to salvage the ship. So, yeah, the bridge happened afterwards because of my fault. All of this damage, I have to assume that there was a random block floating around in here, because this was not this badly damaged after the fight. So, yeah, if we ignore the massive amount of damage, then all that the factorum actually did was blow out the front. And I think that was mainly because I've got rocket launchers up here. But I think if I take them out and replace the... fill the gaps with blast doors, that'll make it a lot better. And I think I need to add more thrusters because it's very sluggish. Yeah, I think it would have been okay if they hadn't got blown out. But yeah, I think overall, yeah, and ignoring the Clang damage, okay, overall, the ship actually survived quite nicely. That's about where I want my frigates to be. They're not meant to be sort of just go into every encounter and just come out unscathed. You know, the damage that it took originally, I think is about right for a frigate. Yeah, but the Clang damage, that's kind of annoying. Anyway, I'm going to sell this. Salvage. Just under 9 million. Whatever. And I want to see what this one was. Retrieve. There we go. Yeah. So I remember I did do one and the back blew off as I was trying to grind it out. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, because I came out with the trilobite just farming. And I was drilling down, mining down the back to try and get the warhead before it blew up, and it blew up just as I got there. But this should have Prototech? Question mark? If it hasn't, then I'll just sell it, because you only really get these for Prototech. No. It looks like there's no Prototech on it, so I think I'll just sell this one. Then I'll un-Pokemon the other one at home. I'll grind out the Prototech, and then I'll just sell that as well. What do you reckon that's worth? I don't think I've sold one before. 6. So my ship was worth more. Yeah, but as I say, overall, I think if we ignore the Clang damage and the stuff that happened after the battle, the ship actually held up pretty nicely. There are some definite weak points that I need to address, But overall, I think that was a pretty good battle. If I can talk without tripping over myself. Yeah, but I think the trilobite is way tougher. Like, this thing won't die. But to be fair, that one did limp home. That was after it got blown up as well. So yeah, I think the trilobite is tougher, but that one's got more firepower. Yeah, but anyway, I just wanted to test it out. I'm gonna go in creative and see if I can repair the not repair. What's it called? Upgrade it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just upgrade it. Yeah, but I just thought I'd do something different for a change. Okay, bye. I thought I might as well tack this on the end of the video. So I've made the changes. This is my creative world. This is all my ships. Yeah, so I removed the rocket launchers and I've put blast doors behind there. So hopefully that will seal up that weakness. And then round the back, I've put in a door. Oh, put in a door. And this was big hydrogen, but I've replaced them with smaller ones. So I'm hoping that this will be more survivable when there's a slight gap between them. So I'm hoping that if one gets damaged, it won't sort of damage everything else. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I'm hoping that... Oh yeah. Also, added more sideways thrusters and a larger one at the back. So this whole thruster bank's new. So yeah. Kinda looks like a face now, doesn't it? Eyes and nose and mouth. Yeah. But since I'm here, I might as well show you. This isn't all of my ships, but this is most of them. So I did do a fleet tour before, but my microphone was dying. So yeah, it wasn't a very good video. But I'll show you real quick. So like down here, these are my scythes. Now the scythe is the first ship I ever built in this game. This is the first one I ever built, and I still kind of like it. I think it looks good. But yeah, these are corvettes, and then we got these two are frigates. So I haven't combat tested them yet, but yeah, I kind of do it as I go. But yeah, I made two frigates, and then I've made an actual destroyer, and I'm hoping that this thing can just wreck face, but haven't tested it out yet. Over here, these are kind of one-off designs. So I've got, this is, hang on, let's have a, there we go. Yeah, this one's the Mandrake. I wanted to make a long-range railgun ship. So yeah, it's the Mandrake. It actually works pretty well. I've used that. This is the Asteroid, and I called it that because I was trying to think of ship designs, and there was an asteroid that was shaped like this, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll make it like that. So yeah, this is basically wet tissue paper, though. It doesn't do well in a fight at all. So it's more of a survival ship. And this is the Leviathan, I think. What did I call that? I think it's the Leviathan. Yeah, Leviathan. So this is the newest ship I've made, and this is all light armor, and I've taken it against the factorum, and it wrecks their face. Yeah, it's really powerful. And yeah, I'm still kind of tweaking the design. I was going for kind of an alien look. I think it actually looks pretty good. Yeah. So then along here, this is a submarine. This is one of the first ones I ever made. So yeah, I've done a submarine, and I've done, this is meant to be a frigate and then a fighter, and I've done that for most of these. Yeah, this is meant to be a corvette rather. So yeah, it's got a basic fighter. So these are quite old designs. The frigates are fairly new. I've mostly just have corvettes up till now. Yeah, this is called the Wellington, I think. Yep, this is the Wellington. It's long range. It's built to be tough. It's not very fast. I haven't combat tested it fully yet. And then here's the trilobite family. So got the fighter. We got the corvette, which, yeah, it lets the legacy down. It's not very tough. Then we got the trilobite, and then we got the trilobite destroyer. And the destroyers I've got I have tested them a little bit, and they're very good. And then this is the Chimera, obviously. And this is the fighter. This is the first heavy fighter I built, and it's really good. I've taken this out, and yeah, this thing can wreck pirates very easily. It's actually quite powerful. I'm quite pleased with that. This is the Satyr. So this is a corvette I made. So I'm trying to make like families, you know. So this is the Satyr corvette. This is the Chimera frigate, which we've seen. This is the Manticore, a heavy destroyer. And I have used this in against the factorum, and yeah, it wipes them out. There are a couple of weak points that I need to address, but yeah, it's it's really good. And then up here we have a hammerhead. So this is a basic fighter I built because you know the factorum encounter that you have inside an asteroid, and you go down inside a hole inside a safe zone. And I got massacred by the interior types more times than I can count. So the idea was that I could have a small fighter that I can go in. And it kind of fits, but not that well. But yeah, this is the hammerhead. And I wanted it to look like it's like really fast, so it's got a lot of engines. I think this one actually looks pretty good. I mean, light ain't great, but yeah. I think that one actually looked quite good. And it's actually pretty good in a fight. And then up here, we got, what do I call that? Yeah, just light interceptor. So yeah, it's got a lot of firepower, but that's balanced out by it being mostly light armor. Because I don't like having ships that are just too powerful. I like them to have a role in a fleet. And this is the broadsword. And this one is an experiment I did with. I wanted to have lots of like power at the front, so it's got lots of armor, and then under here it's got these what are they? Auto guns, whatever. Yeah, but it's got two lots of them, and they are a constant weak point, which is why I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Because they're okay if you're coming against pirates, because pirates don't normally come at you from the front unless they've got a railgun. But if they've got a railgun, they come head on and they just blow all your weapons out. Yeah, but I thought I might as well tack this on the end. I'm going to go and combat test this again, but I'll do that in creative. There's a factorum encounter over there. I'll go and do that. Yeah, but I just thought I'd sort of update, so I have actually hopefully improved the design. This is why I like doing combat tests, because I build a ship and I take it into heavy combat. I see where it gets blown up, and then I try and fix that. So yeah. Anyway, not important right now. Just thought you might want to see, like, my ships. Okay, bye.